Yeah, that's nice. Before we get too deep into this video, yes, this is a Spitfire audio library, and just last week I announced a new company of my own called Somerville Sounds. But with Hunter Rogerson and Owen Bolig being the masterminds behind Folk Voices and a huge part of what's to come with Somerville Sounds, it just felt right to make this video. Back in 2022, I made a video for Hunter's first release, Hearth and Hollow Plucked Folk Ensemble. Is that right? Reading script? Yes. I do remember having an emotional reaction the first time that I pressed the keys. And I've since used that library on countless projects. And one thing that I love about that library, it can take center stage, right? You can put all 10 fingers down and the sound just occupies all the space in my brain. But with any library, you can only write so many tracks when you do that type of thing. But to me, what makes a great library is when you can use it in subtle ways to accent all the other stuff I've got going on, just to kind of drop in here and there and provide some movement or emotion or just a little bit of humanity. Which seems weird to say that about a recorded sample, but if done right, it works. My top-down camera, dead. Just look at the little keyboard down here. I'm just playing a C sharp, E, and an A. And I've got the mod wheel over here. That's the basic patch. I'm gonna fly through these controls here. Here is just Willow. I'm amazed that after all these years of making videos, I still make huge mistakes. Somehow in the screen and audio capturing process, I had a microphone that was left on and it has this kind of fluttering to it and it picked up some room noise, and that's in the track along with Folk Voices. It only shows up on occasion, especially when I had to boost some of the quiet sections because I had bad gain structure. To really hear the sonic quality, you need to go watch the walkthroughs over at Spitfire. I'm probably overreacting, but it is a mistake that someone who calls himself an audio pro doesn't like to make. Juniper. Hawthorn. And then Forest. And I believe Forest is a combination of voices. If you throw them all in, you can move them around in the space. Let's solo up Willow for a second. That's just amazing. You can see it's a combination of volume and pan. Then there's this bleed control. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but the sound is definitely changing. More spacious. Volume, pan, you can send it to more reverb. Again, not a walkthrough. Right now I'm on the sustain patch. Let's put them all on the sustains, which they are, which I believe is default. Mod wheel control, and also intensity, which I have on CC11. Combination of the two is hard to do on this keyboard, but... And you can change the vowels. So cool. You can flip over to adjust and you have your basic sustain and release. Release triggers that go off when you adjust the release. Then you have more controls for the Blossom. Let's start with, go down here to Blossom and solo up Willow. That's so beautiful. You know, you can also flip back to adjust, and if you click on this button right here, you get kind of a ghost version, a doubling effect. That's worth the price of admission right there. Now, yeah, you've got some random features here for the Blossoms. You can slow the attack way down, make it more like a pad. Yeah, that's nice. Juniper doesn't have blossoms, but we can try blooms. What's fun about this is you can put them in different spots on the keyboard. So notice down here he's moved. You can play around with this forever, so he's too loud. So let's get Juniper over here somewhere. Sorry, Juniper. Now we'll bring Hawthorne in. Let's get Hawthorne on a little bit more of a... Let's put you in the back. You can mess with this for days. Not bad, my friend. And then you can just work through these different presets here. The presets are great. I get a little long-winded at times, so we're gonna fast forward through all of those, but we're not gonna skip the last preset, which is Bloom and Blossom. Slow down the attack on the blossoms, but I have the blooms hit first. So good. I wrote this track, simple chords here. See the mod wheel? Included, you have stomps and claps. Check this out. Hey, hey, ho, ho, ho. Which is quite cool. So I added that to my little track here. Then I thought, hey, it needs a little piano, so I've got my post felt. Just the pure in a few layers, but just for that deep sound. Then I thought, hey, let's give it a little bit of the Myer Choir. If you don't remember the Myer Choir, that's an old instrument I made. It's gone, although you can probably find it some places on the internet. Maybe I'm showing it to you because it's going to come back. Little choir that we made and locked down with my family. And then I thought, gosh, we need some the original Hearth and Hollow. Let's get that choir back in, the Myer Choir. Subtle. How about some bass, the rubber bridge? A little bit of doubler, low pass filter all the way down. Some saturation just to make it cut a little bit, and you got ourselves a bass. It needed some drums. I can show you the drums, but I'm gonna have to blur them out. Coming soon. Added some guitars. Now that's kind of the bigger section of the song. I know it's not big, but here is the intro. Added a little piano lick. I'm working on some pedal steel. I'm not ready for that though. But I went and I copied the track over. So here is basically my last big mistake of the video. Screen capture died. I was trying to explain how the original part was just me playing basic triads. That was in the meteor section of the song, so I flew that part to the beginning. I duplicated it 3 times. On the first track, I cut everything but Willow. On the second track, everything but Juniper, and then so on. I switched them from the sustain patches to blooms or blossoms. The intro is even more subdued than the part I've been playing for you. So I wanted to take advantage of those nuances by soloing up the individual players, playing the parts quieter. In those individual performances, you can really hear the humanity. Love it. So go check it out on Spitfire's website. It's only been a few days since release. It's full price, $99. I'm not sure why they didn't do a sale. Maybe they will at some point in the future, but it is worth the full price. And then watch this video to learn a little more about Somerville sounds. Talk soon.